California?
Manish, M-A-N-I-S-H.
Wow, very good.
Really?
Yes.
From Davis.
Yep.
What do you teach?
Absolutely nothing.
Really?
Absolutely nothing. I just work as an environmental chemist.
Ah.
I can't believe I told you guys that.
No,
now
you'll
you're in
regret
a lot
that.
of trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it happens. You know, we're so good at just eliciting this kind of information.
I know.
Dirt, they
That
call
people
it.
are trying to hide from us.
What kind of name is Manish?
It's Indian.
It's Indian, but you don't have the accent.
I'm working on it. I can do an accent. I can do an Apu from Simpson.
Oh, good.
Okay, what do you want me to say?
Oh, how about thank you kindly very much?
I cannot talk the whole call like this, but I can.
Very good. I love it.
Okay, well, you know what? My wife already gave me a hard time for calling.
She did.
She said, if you're going to call, you have to be funny and charming, and I can't believe you're going to call in with such a lame problem.
No, we don't care. The lamer, the better.
Okay, well, I have a 1987 Mazda 626, and I've been changing the car oil regularly. Every single time I change car oil comes out of the filter. Last time I changed oil on my Mazda, it was bone dry.
Really?
And I'm really worried.
As well, you should be.
The filter looked like it was brand new. There was no dirty stuff in it. There was no crud. It looked like when I put it in.
Oh, like the oil had never even got to it.
Jeez. Well,
and your wife thought this was a lame question?
Yeah, she...
Manish, this is the most interesting question we've had in weeks.
Oh, wow.
yeah, this is something that is so rare that it's never happened before.
Oh, no, that means it's so expensive.
Oh, man.
Well, there are a lot of possibilities. I mean, if you're really convinced that the oil isn't getting to the filter, you're going to have to do a test.
That's why I'm calling.
The test is simple.
They're very simple. Messy, possibly, but simple.
Messy, yes. You should have plenty of kitty.
Messy.
You should have plenty of kitty litter available.
Or do it in your neighbor's driveway.
Okay, that's
At night.
the second option.
At night.
I don't know if they listen to Car Talk, but yeah.
Well, they will.
Or when they're on vacation. You drive them to the airport. You have to remove the filter, and then you have to crank the engine over.
No.
Well, how else can we know? How else can you know?
Okay, all right.
No, there, in fact,
Yeah, you
there
have to do it,
is in your engine a relief valve that is designed to prevent the engine from getting destroyed if the filter should get plugged up due to a malfunction.
Okay.
Or a mismanufacture, or the fact that it hasn't been changed in 50, 60,000 miles.
Wow.
And it's possible that that device, that bypass, is preventing oil from getting to your filter because it is malfunctioning.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, that's as bad as that sounds. It's good because it means the oil is getting to the rest of the engine. It's just not getting filtered.
Is that easy to fix?
I don't know. Like I said, it's so rare that we've never seen it before.
So you're
On a
serious?
Mazda. It is easy to fix. It probably requires, I'm sure it requires taking the pan off.
Okay.
Which is something you may not want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Or sticking a long skewer.
Yeah, see,
Look, this is an 87. This is a car that's old enough to practice on.
No.
No, I can't afford to do that. We're going to have a baby in a month and a half.
Uh-oh.
You gotta fire it up. Come on.
Okay, all right.
We'll be awaiting your call.
Okay.
Yeah.
See you, Manish.
All right,
Good luck.
thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, it's happened again. You've wasted another precious hour of your summer listening to Car Talk. Our esteemed producer is Doug the Subway Fugitive, not a slave to fashion, Bongo Boy Berman. Our associate producers are David the Calves of Belleville Green and Catherine Frau Blucher Ferralosa. Our web lackey is Doug the Old Gray Mare, assisted by Connie Bridgeford. Our engineer is John Cartman Parati. Our theme music is by David Dog Risman, and our technical, spiritual, and menu advisor, just back from the Budapest Pigeon Breast Orange Zest Ice Cream Chest Minty Crest and Allarest high-test calorie quest is John Bugsy Lawler. Our public opinion pollster is Paul Murky of Murky Research, assisted by statistician Margin of Error. Our customer care representative is Haywood Jabuzoff. Our director of allergy research is Teresa Pollinating. Our director of roadway resurfacing is Sylvia Potholy. Our meteorologist from the New Delhi office is Luke Otovindo. Our Elvis impersonator from the Cairo office is Amal Shugap. Our accounts payable administrator is Imelda Checks. Our director of summer visits to the in-laws is Don Juan Go. Our Russian gas station attendant is Philip and Topitov. Our Russian chauffeur is Pekoff and Dropoff. And our seat cushion tester is Mike Easter. Our chief counsel from the law firm of Dewey, Cheatham and Howe is Hugh Louis Dewey, known at the mysteriously empty ice cream shops in Harvard Square as Huey Louie Dewey. Thanks so much for listening. We're Click and Clack, the Tappert Brothers. Don't drive like my brother.
And don't drive like my brother.
We'll be back next week. Bye-bye. You can get a podcast of this show, which is number 1627, subscribe to our weekly podcast, and check out our taste-efficient clothing and best-of collections all over at cartalk.com. Also this week at cartalk.com, are you Game of Thrones or Downton Abbey? Gluten-free or double crust? Pee with the door open or closed? We're looking at correlations between people's personalities and the cars they choose. You can help us by taking the survey. We're advancing civilization's body of knowledge all week over at cartalk.com. Come join us. Support for the best of Car Talk and NPR comes from NPR, NPR member stations, and Lumber Liquidators, a proud sponsor of NPR, offering more than 400 styles including hardwood, bamboo, laminate, and vinyl, with flooring specialists in hundreds of stores nationwide. More at lumberliquidators.com or 1-800-HARDWOOD. And Tire Rack, who wants drivers to be smart with their cars, offering a variety of tires with more than 500 models from 17 manufacturers. TireRack.com, helping drivers find, deliver, install.
Car Talk is a production of Dewey, Cheatham and Howe and WBUR in Boston.
And even though mayors in at least 2 villages look up and say, "Are we missing our idiot?" whenever they hear us say it, this is NPR.
Car Talk on New England Public Radio is funded by you and Cochran Dental Associates, providing patient-centered dentistry with an emphasis on dental care and healthy smiles. On Elm Street in Northampton, CochranDental.com. And by the Green River Festival, featuring Peter Wolf, NRBQ, and more, plus hot air balloons, local food, beer, and crafts, July 8th through 10th at Greenfield Community College. We'll see sunny skies today, highs in the upper 70s, clear tonight, low around 50, sun tomorrow and on Monday, high tomorrow in the lower 80s. And Tally listens from East Hampton every day, saying, "This is how I get my news." And so she made a contribution to the fund drive. Paul in Granby, Connecticut admitted it had been so long since he contributed, so he made a donation. And Joan in Amherst gave because NEPR is the best news and music source available. For whatever reason you contributed, thank you. This is New England Public Radio, WFCR, Amherst.
From NPR and WBEZ Chicago, this is Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm Bill Curtis.
And I'm Peter Sagal. You know that horrible feeling when you wake up and you don't know where you are or what you did last night, but whatever it was, it must have been terrible? Now imagine that you're a major Western country. We'll ask about this mashup of The Hangover and the History Channel, plus television legend Norman Lear tells us how to make comedy out of tragedy. We will need that help. All that, plus Bill Curtis complains about doing the Limerick game.
Why should I do all the hard crap?
We'll ask who really wasn't happy with their job on our quiz right after this hour's news.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Barbara Klein. Authorities say most of the 20 civilians killed by militants at a cafe in Dhaka, Bangladesh, were foreigners, including an American, 9 Italians, and 7 Japanese. 2 had been students at Atlanta's Emory University. Journalist Zain al-Mahmoud is based in the Bangladeshi capital and says the siege is unprecedented in a wave of extremist attacks.
Although there have been attacks targeted against secular writers and religious minorities before, those have usually been targeting individuals. But this was something that's new to Bangladesh, an armed group storming a very popular cafe and taking hostages.
The hours-long siege ended when Bangladeshi troops stormed the cafe, killing 6 militants and capturing 1 alive. 2 police officers were killed.